All right, what you see here is a old checklist that's right here in my camper with me. If you know about the mill truck, has lots of body parts that need sanded, painted, replaced, that kind of stuff. This checklist is probably about 2 to 3 years old. Nothing else has been added or changed, but this checklist is about to change tonight because we got some big surprise. We have big news. It's not good news. This was kind of a surprise to me, but I kind of been expecting it for a while. But here we go. We're going to change this checklist around. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and that list might drop some clues on what you're about to hear.
Watching jack stands and cinder blocks.
Welcome back to Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks. Like I said in the previous clips where you could see some great hints, we've got big news. It's not necessarily good news. We're losing the shop. Not my fault. My landlord called me the other day and said, we got to move out. They're losing the building, and therefore I'm losing access to the shop. So, without further ado, this starts, runs, drives, all that good stuff. Now, there's a lot of tools over here. All these tools in that pile were my tools. Everything in the bed of the truck. That truck tends to turn itself into a workbench every time I work out here. Just on the flip side, I'll literally just flip. That table there. All that junk's mine. That 350 and the engine hoist. That's all my junk. That is not mine. The rest of that junk's not mine. Some of this other junk, again, not mine. That's Square Body Eric's project. You may have seen hints about it on the channel previously. That is a C60. He's got the whole front nose off. He's actually putting a smaller C10 style headlight bucket assembly. He's worked very hard at that. It's very neat. And then he's got the C30 dually box on the back. Lots of stuff going on here. I'm not going to show you all the rest of the shop. That stuff's not mine. Nothing to show there. But it's my job to move my stuff out of here in a timely manner. And that way, when everybody else shows up to get their stuff out of here, my stuff won't be in the way and won't be suspect to sticky fingers. Because I don't know some of the people who will be needing access to the shop. And I'll get my stuff out of here and put it in storage, and the vehicles can go across the town at the laydown yard where I work at. So the next clip you'll see will be probably me moving some vehicles. And then we're going to wrap that up with showing some of these tools getting moved. They'll be put into storage. Probably the last things moving will probably be that welder and such, because it seems like every time I think about moving it, I find 3 more projects for it. What you got there, Eric? Got the metal deck going on. Frankenstein style. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that we were losing the shop, and we still quite literally are. I'm very hopeful that my buddy that I share the shop with, Square Body Eric, may be able to buy the shop. That's not a guaranteed. He's got really great credit. He makes a good bit more money than I do, and still having issues with the bank because, well, banks. Anyway, either way, I'm going to have to continue moving my stuff out of the shop, because as word gets out that the shop is being sold, everybody else who has property and vehicles and projects in this shop will be eager to come get their stuff. And it's best for me to go ahead and get my tools and my projects out of their way. So you will see I will be cleaning up the shop. I will be moving most of my stuff out of here. In fact, I'm going to cut to several things that have been moved out of the shop. And I'm going to have a little surprise for you because I have announced it is for sale. I've been careful never to include this vehicle in my videos, but in this case it is up for sale. Don't contact me unless you're serious, because they're asking some serious money for the vehicle. I estimate it is between a 64 and 67, if I'm correct. All original paint, interior, exterior. I don't know about the tires, but everything under the hood appears to be original. 5,000 original miles. And I'm going to cut to that next. This is approximately a 65, like I said, 64 through 67 Ford Thunderbird. 5,000 original miles. That is the original paint. Best we could tell, there's not a ding or a scratch on it. I was always instructed to not even wipe the dust off of it, because wiping the dust off would scratch the original paint. So once they decide to bring it outside and detail it, they will. And I might have some photos I'll include in the video. When Eric opened it up, he opened the hood and opened the doors, and it's quite original on the inside. What you might also notice is that giant white dump truck is no longer here in the garage. You can see my truck's still here. It runs and drives. As you can see, I flipped it around. And you can see I've already started moving many of my totes to storage. That is actually, one of those totes is actually the paint for this truck. I prefer storing it indoors where it's not going to freeze or get hot and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that'll be one of the last things I move. I might put it inside the camper. There's one of the seats from a previous video, the how to install that seat cover video. That video is doing quite well, by the way. A lot of my how-to videos, it takes them a while to pick up, but once they do pick up, they get more views that way, or continue to get views. All right, you can see the welding cart. It's quite a mess around it and in it, as well as the tool cart. Those are two main things I'd love to get into storage by this weekend. Again, just so they're out of people's way when they come to get their valuables and their projects and their tools and their cars out of the garage. And if Eric buys the garage, there's going to be a lot of those people still having to get their projects out because it'll be his garage and I'll be renting from him. And looks like I'll have the entirety of this Bay 3 to be able to work on my vehicles and projects. As you can see, I'm not quite done with this project as it is. There are other vehicles that are, well, let's see. Still need to finish the other half of this rocker and the cab corners on both sides. But we'll hold off on those because that's going to require my welder, which needs to be put away. What you will see is some future videos of Clifford. I'll be working on it outdoors and getting it repaired and drivable. I might have to sell it in the near future as well. We'll see what happens.